Yo, what up, though? Welcome to the Brian Onrea podcast. I'm Brian Onrea, your host. This is episode 41. It's been a lot of space between episode 40 and episode 41, but I tell you what, I'm glad to be here. You know what I'm saying? Now, y'all know I love podcasting, and I haven't been doing the Brian Onrea podcast, but I have been on the Indie Unplugged podcast with my man Brian Vaughn on We Create Music TV. So make sure y'all look that up and check that out, because I still be getting my opinions off talking about music and all that stuff. But the Brian Onrea podcast is back. You know what I'm saying? Got a whole lot to talk about. Now, it's crazy because I recorded an episode yesterday. I wasn't too happy with the audio of it. I was going to try to clean the audio up a little bit. Got this new microphone I'm using. But I didn't get a chance to, and a whole lot happened yesterday, on 9/11. Let me start off by just saying, our thoughts and prayers are still with those people and their families who lost their lives on September 11th, 2001. You know what I'm saying? I saw Taylor Swift at her VMA acceptance speech last night, talking about the families and victims of 9/11. We will never, ever forget 9/11. You know what I'm saying? And let me just say this too. Our country really came together after 9/11. I'm old enough to I'm in my 40s, so I was in my early 20s back on September 11th. I think I was like 22 or something like that, or 21. But I remember how the country came together: Democrat, Republican, black, white, Hispanic, whatever, Asian American. We were all American, and we were all one for like maybe 1 or 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? And I wish we could get back to that. Get back to like being one. Of course, we're going to have differences. We're going to have political differences. We're going to have differences of opinion about what's the best way to run this country, what the policies and laws should be, what's fair, what's not fair. And we can debate that. We should always love one another and have a common goal of just respect, and just, we all trying to be better. We all want, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We all want our families to be blessed, our kids to be blessed. We just have differences of opinions on how to go about it. But we should be able to get along civilly and not be so nasty and mean and evil to one another. You know what I'm saying? So, in remembrance of those who lost their lives on September 11th, let's live our life like we did on September 12th in unity and love, despite our differences. You feel me? Speaking of this somber stuff, man, we lost also a couple days ago on September 10th, we lost the legend Frankie Beverly from Frankie Beverly and Maze. One of my favorite all-time singers. One of my favorite groups is, Maze and Frankie Beverly. My favorite song is We Are One, And I think that song, I posted something on TikTok with a video tribute, and I put that song as the background. And I mean, that song has so much meaning to it in terms of unifying. You talk about a relationship between a man and a woman, or whatever, a relationship between two people, a romantic relationship, how, y'all should be one. And then I think about your immediate family, your spouse, your children, as a family unit. We are one, we should stick together. Then as a people, as a black man in America, how despite, being oppressed, how black folks should stick together and be one, be unified. Then I think about just the whole country as a whole, United States, the whole world as a human race. We should just be one and unify. Oh man, that's such a good song. I think about all that when I think about We Are One. Not to mention, Happy Feelings, Before I Let Go. A lot of classic songs from Frankie Beverly and Maze, man. Rest in peace to Frankie Beverly. Also, we lost Rich Homie Quan, I think last week, from maybe a drug overdose, possibly. Rest in peace to him. Rest in peace to Fat Man Scoop, one of the greatest hype men in hip hop and urban music history, and music history period. One of the greatest hype men ever. Rest in peace to Fat Man Scoop. He died. He collapsed on stage while performing, doing what he loved. You know what I'm saying? And then the Beat King, producer from Houston, Texas, rapper producer from Houston, Texas, passed away as well from a pulmonary embolism. You know what I'm saying? We losing so many folks. Take care of your health. Health is wealth. Put yourself first. Put your health first. We never know when it's our time to check out, but we can do all we can to just be healthy as possible. So rest in peace to all the legends and all the people in the culture that we lost. Appreciate your life. appreciate life, because life is short and life is so fragile. It could be taken away from us in the blink of an eye. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's get on to some topics, man. It was announced that Kendrick Lamar is the performer for the Super Bowl, the halftime performer at the Super Bowl this year, which will be held in New Orleans. Very, very controversial. Now, you all know Kendrick Lamar has been having an awesome year. His song "Not Like Us" came out, I think, in May, right? Yeah, early May. Here it is, September. That song is still top 10 in Billboard. It was number 1 for several weeks. It was in the top 5 for several weeks, but it's still in the top 10 on a Billboard, I think, Hot 100 singles. Huge song, huge summer. He's a huge artist anyway. He has so many Grammy Awards, millions of records sold. So it's a good choice. However, people are up in arms because, since it was announced a few years back that the Super Bowl will be held in New Orleans, folks have been saying that Lil Wayne should be the headliner. Lil Wayne should be the headliner. I think Lil Wayne was on record about a year ago saying that nobody had contacted him and he was not selected, and folks are up in arms, particularly like Nicki Minaj went on the tirade blaming Jay-Z. Birdman went on the tirade. Master P had something to say. Of course, Hurricane Chris had something to say. Hurricane Chris, from Louisiana, he had some beef with 50 Cent. Won't get into that, but he had something to say. Who else, man? I think Odell Beckham said something. Juvenile spoke out and said something. A lot of folks been speaking out upset about this. And here's the thing. When you perform at Super Bowl, you can have guest appearances. So, Kendrick can have Lil Wayne as a guest appearance, but folks ain't happy with that. They said he should be the headliner. He's being disrespected. I don't know how I feel about that. I do think it would have been a good idea to have Lil Wayne there. I've seen Lil Wayne in concert. He's a great performer. I heard some folks online saying that Kendrick was a better performer than Lil Wayne. I disagree. I think they're equally great performers because I've seen both of them live. And Lil Wayne, you talk about breath control, no hype man, rapping all of his lyrics. Lil Wayne is an amazing performer. Don't get that twisted, man. Yeah, I don't know, man. What do y'all think about it? You know what I'm saying? But a lot of folks are saying, Jay-Z is jealous of Lil Wayne and Drake. But Lil Wayne is on record as saying Jay-Z helped him out. Jay-Z helped him with his taxes. Jay-Z has been like a mentor to him throughout his whole career. So I don't know, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. And then on top of that, Kendrick announced it with like a little commercial that he put out. He's standing in front of an American flag in this commercial, which is already a shot at Kendrick, in my opinion. And then he said something like, no round twos. In football, it's like you play one game. One game, win or lose for the championship. There's no 2 games, 3 game series, 5 game series, 7 game series. So he said no round twos. That was clearly a shot at Drake because Drake was talking about, he's ready for round 2. So a lot of little shots in that video, that announcement video. I think on the song First Person Shooter with J. Cole and Drake, that song kind of started the beef. Kendrick Lamar referred to that song and that song Like That with Future Metro Boomin. And they talking about it was big as the Super Bowl. Big as the Super Bowl. Well, you can't get no bigger than the Super Bowl. And now Kendrick is at the Super Bowl. So it's definitely like a flex on Kendrick's part. Then last night, Kendrick dropped a song. I think the song is untitled, but the coverage to the song was Black Air Force Ones. Some beat up Black Air Force Ones too. And the connotation is that with Black Air Force Ones, you ready to fight, you ready to do some crime, you ready to hurt somebody with Black Air Force Ones on. And in the song, he's talking about the state of the culture, and how the culture is going into a bad place, and how they all gotta die. I think the song was like Watch the Party Die or something like that. Watch the Party Die. It's a great song in my opinion. He's very, very, very angry in the song about like the culture and how we gotta take out the culture vote. He didn't say culture vultures, but he kind of alluded to people in a culture that shouldn't be there, that are misleading the youth. He referenced Lecrae. What will Lecrae do? He referenced D1. D1 is real popular for talking about how the messages in hip hop need to change and there needs to be a shift. And Kendrick mentioned both of them. I think it's very interesting when, because the big thing about Drake and Kendrick beefing, Kendrick said he don't like when Drake act tough, and I agree with that. I remember this on the song, I think Headlines. Drake had on black gloves talking about he gonna catch your body and all this stuff. Like, we don't want to hear no tough talk, from Drake at all. I love Drake. Drake is an amazing artist, but I don't want to hear tough talk. And I think we got to stop leading the youth down that direction. It's okay to have aggressive music, but it needs to stay in the music, not in the actual culture, for real. So I think that that song was crazy. Did y'all hear the song? Let me know what y'all think about it. You know what I'm saying? Also yesterday, oh man, 9/11 was crazy. Shannon Sharpe, Uncle Shay Shay. Shannon Sharpe went live by accident, and you can hear him having sex in the background. Outrageous, right? Crazy stuff, man. Yeah. Shannon was having sex in the background on IG Live. You couldn't see anything, but you can hear it. And he was, I ain't even gonna say what he was saying. He was, oh man, it's a family show, right? But he was moaning, and he was moaning all crazy. Let me tell you something. The funniest things were the memes. The memes, Twitter, man, or X as it's now called, is undefeated. They had the funniest memes, man. I'll show some of them.
That brother's starving. Yeah, that brother's starving.
Put your mouth right over that hole. Put your mouth there. Put your mouth right over that hole. Put your mouth there.
But yeah, man, Shannon Sharpe, man. And then him and Ocho Cinco had an emergency nightcap episode last night where he addressed
But God, this was not staged. Came in, I threw my phone on the bed, engaged in an activity. I did not know IG Live. I've never been on IG Live. I've never turned IG Live on. So I don't know how it works. And so all of a sudden, my other phone is going off and people are calling me FaceTime that I've never talked to a day in my life on FaceTime. And it didn't, I'm like, why are y'all calling me FaceTime? He said they can hear. And now I'm starting to get agitated again because you call me and say I'm on IG Live when I know I didn't click myself on IG Live. And he said they can hear me. I said, hear me doing what? He said, it sounds like you were having sex. Man, my heart sank. It dropped. And obviously, I run my account, but Jordan being the good Samaritan, the good soldier that he is, Jordan the one that cut it off. Because hell, I didn't even know it was on. Jordan cut it off. Jordan put the message up. And then after I called my agent, the agency, I called ESPN after I just got this good, tell them the truth. I said, I just got to tell them the truth. My phone wasn't hacked. It wasn't a prank. It was me being a healthy, active male. I mean, y'all thought I was bull jiving. Hey, I'll get it in. Real talk. Hey, Ocho, see, I know, man, I'll be lying. Okay, lying.
And I don't know what to say, but it's just crazy. I think that all of our biggest fear is going live by mistake or butt dialing somebody when you're in the middle of something. Now, I've heard stories about people having sex and accidentally FaceTiming somebody. I know a girl that said her ex-boyfriend FaceTimed her by accident when he was having sex, when he was cheating on her. I've heard that story, and I've heard all kind of stories, and I'm always nervous about butt dialing somebody. I know I've accidentally texted somebody. I was in a group chat with this podcast I was on, the Free Game podcast. I was in the group chat with the other co-host and the producer of the show, and I screenshotted the DM I sent and sent it to them. I don't know how I did that. Very embarrassing. So I've been there before, Shay. Not in front of the world though, but yeah, and it's funny because Shannon Sharpe said that Cat Williams called him and was saying how you ain't gay today, because everybody was saying, not everybody, but a lot of folks were saying that Shannon Sharpe was gay, and they were saying he put that out to beat the allegations. I don't know if that's true or not. But I don't know, man. Crazy stuff, you know what I'm saying, from Shannon Sharpe. Did y'all see it? What do y'all think about it? Let me know in the comments, man. Oh, Shay. Another thing, man, that went on yesterday, Taylor Swift, before the VMAs, she put out an announcement on her Instagram page where she endorsed Kamala Harris, and that's a real big deal because, a lot of celebrities play it safe. They don't express their political views. They don't say who they are voting for because they don't want to lose a fan base. They don't want to make the fans mad. So I admire Taylor Swift for taking a stand. I admire anybody who takes a stand for what they believe in. And yeah, she endorsed Kamala Harris. She took a shot at JD Vance by calling herself, I think, a single cat lady at the end of her statement, because he was talking about single women and cat and having cats or whatever. So yeah, Taylor Swift, endorse Kamala, and already the right wing pundits are like going in on her. But let me tell y'all something. Taylor Swift has a strong fan base, and she might lose some fans, but she ain't losing most of her fans. She's gonna be very straight. And I think as long as candidates are respectful, I don't mind them endorsing somebody. You know what I'm saying? As long as they don't because I don't got to agree with everything that my favorite artist does or likes. As long as they're respectful and have a good reason for why they believe what they believe, I can still rock with them. The question is, if your favorite artist endorsed a political candidate that you didn't like, would you still be a fan of theirs? That's the question. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that Taylor Swift, she's going to have her fans no matter what. But what do y'all think, man? And speaking of Taylor Swift and the VMAs, yesterday they had the Video Music Awards, MTV VMAs, and it was one of the best shows in years, man. A lot of the performances were great, man. I thought that LL Cool J did amazing. Like, he did some of his new songs, he did a bunch of his old hits, all without like a backtrack. He rapped them live, Fat Joe can't say the same. Fat Joe performed his new song with a track in the background, man. But LL kept the hip hop. LL did amazing. Eminem performed, man, Houdini, and he kind of recreated his old VMA performance where he had like a million Eminem lookalikes. He did the same thing with this performance last night. It was amazing. He did Houdini. Shout out to him. I think he won some awards too. And speaking of Eminem, man, Eminem announced that this Friday he's dropping an extended version, and they call it an expanded version of his album, The Death of Slim Shady. Now, The Death of Slim Shady has been out for a few months now, and y'all had a chance to sit with it. What do y'all think about it now? The album has done well in the last few months. I love the album. It's dope, and I'm looking forward to this expanded version. Hopefully, there's a song with 50 Cent on there. I want to hear him and 50 back together again. I'm excited about the features. I know there was rumors that him and J. Cole work together. I want to see if that's on there. Him and Royce da 5'9" always make good songs. I want to know if they on there together. So I'm looking forward to this expanded version of the album. What do y'all think? Are y'all looking forward to Eminem's expanded version? Did y'all like Eminem's performance at the VMAs? You know what I'm saying? And speaking of Eminem and speaking of LL, they dropped a video for LL Cool J's song Murdergram Part 2 featuring Eminem. Man, that video is amazing. Oh my gosh. Now, LL Cool J's old album cover, where he's standing on top of like a Mercedes in the projects at night, he recreated that to start the video off. He's standing on top of a car by the fence, rapping, and then Eminem is inside the car. Now, the song is already dope. They rapping back and forth on the song, you know what I'm saying? LL Cool J. I think LL Cool J might have slightly got Eminem on this one. I think he did, because LL was killing it. Eminem did his thing, man. Dope song. But the video, though, it's such a nod to old school hip hop. I mean, Eminem had a nod to Big Daddy Kane, where Big Daddy Kane, had girls feeding them grapes. Eminem recreated that in the video where girls was feeding him grapes. Very, very dope video, man. Murdergram Do. Did y'all see Murdergram Do video? What do y'all think about it, man? I think it's amazing. You know what I'm saying? Shout out LL Cool J and Eminem, man. It's a very dope video, man. I'm going to keep it short and sweet today. I don't have a whole lot, man, but just know that things is getting crazy in this world, man. You know what I'm saying? People are dying. This political race between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris is getting more and more contentious. I just had to delete some folks off social media for talking crazy. Again, I don't mind you having other opinions, but first of all, as a black man, I'm not saying you got to vote for Kamala Harris. Vote for whoever you want to vote for. But the disrespect of Kamala, you know what I'm saying? I think Lil Pump called her a bitch. Lil Pump, you're done forever. Whoa Vicky talking about, if he's elected, she even spelled her name wrong. If he's elected, I'm leaving the country. If he's elected, let's hold her to that. Let's hold Whoa Vicky to that if Vice President Kamala is elected. But just be respectful, though. You know what I'm saying? Spread love, not hate. Spread positive energy. I want y'all to know that I love y'all. I'm rooting for y'all. I want y'all to fulfill y'all dreams like I want to fulfill my dreams. We're going to do it together. Follow me on Instagram at Brian Onrea, on TikTok at Onrea11. You know what I'm saying? Follow my Facebook. It's just Brian Onrea. Follow that. On Twitter, I'm at Brian Onrea. On Threads, I'm at Brian Onrea. Follow me everywhere, man. I'm going to keep, giving y'all positive motivation, positive inspiration. I want to see y'all win. send me a comment or a message. Let me know if the podcast is affecting you in a positive way. Leave me a good review anywhere on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on Instagram, YouTube. Just engage, man, because we're gonna win together, man. I love y'all. This has been the Brian Onrea Podcast, episode 41. I'm out.